Against the backdrop of the spectacular Rocky Mountains on the outskirts of Colorado Springs, home to some of our nation's best and brightest at the United States Air Force Academy. And when they're not learning to fly, they're getting ready for battles on the gridiron. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see a squad from the AAC, the Navy midshipmen, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Air Force Falcons. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. Be ready for kickoff as we get this game started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. So Air Force's offense will have plenty of work to do after that return was bottled up. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling, the temperature.
And a sack all the way back at the 5.
Well, it wasn't great field position to start with, and it's getting worse now. The defense gets a sack. They're getting aggressive up the field. They get to the QB, and they're sending a message.
They'll come to the line and try to get out of this mess on second down from the 5. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Trying to get to him. Open space at the 25. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. And the Falcons come to the line with a new set of downs. Fires to the tight end. We had a barn burner the last time these two teams played, and no reason to expect anything else between these two bitter rivals.
Attention to detail, and I think the sense of urgency, David, in a game like this just goes way up.
And I think managing the emotions in these type of games, you know last year was a classic. Now you're trying to form this year's identity of this team and go out and get a win in a big-time rivalry game.
Finds a man on the left. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Give to the running back. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. Wide out in motion. Off the play fake. Makes the catch. It's Harris. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. They'll come to the line for the 8th snap on this opening drive, facing a 3rd and short. Oh, what a move. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. They move the chains on the ground. Now another first down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The lost yardage leaves him with 2nd and 11. Takes a handoff. It's Harris. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. 11th play of this opening drive coming up, but this one, a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He'll pull it down and run. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down. From the red zone, looking for a man. Gets it out fast. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. To the air, it's Busha. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Unleashes one deep. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. So the opening drive of the game, and you spit it up. That's not the way to get things started.
Coaches are always preaching about not committing penalties and winning the turnover battle. So you're able to go on this first drive, and you're doing a couple positive things, and then turn it over. Not the start this offense wants.
Line gets set, first down. He's looking to throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Hutchinson.
Man, that quarterback knew that was a tiny window to throw into, and he just showed off his cannon of an arm.
Laundry down on the field as the pass is incomplete, but let's see what the penalty is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. He's got him in the flat. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. He'll try to do it himself. Still running at the 40. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Navy quick to the line.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going.
Fires into traffic, picked off. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
Really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed, with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. Jet sweep to the receiver. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Offense gets set for second down. Looking for a man. It's Busha. And the pass is intercepted. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after the pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this round.
He's going to pass. Quickly to the tight end. Oh, man, he goes down, and he's going to lose yardage on that one. And now on second down for this offense. Running back searching for a hole. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. A third and long coming up here. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Firing deep. Catch inside the 25. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Handoff to the fullback. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, midshipman.
No monkey business. First down, come downhill, run the fullback. He gets in the end zone. Let's not make any bones about this. Be physical, run that thing, block those guys up front. Nice job by this offense taking care of business in the red zone.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Caught in the backfield, it's Latham. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. At the end of the quarter, Navy has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the second. Using his legs, it's Harris. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? From the gun, wants to pass. The quick out. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. The Falcons will line it up on 1st and 10. From the gun, running back on the move. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. They're going to ride this running back.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Scanning the field, it's Busha. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. Fires to the big fella. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Now facing some adversity on this drive after the loss of 4. It's 2nd and 14. Trying play action. He lets one fly deep. Got it in stride inside the 20. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Falcons! I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Penn State was able to squeak one out in front of those home fans at Beaver Stadium. In fact, I think in the end, the difference may have been that Happy Valley crowd who leaves happy with the win. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Navy quick to the line. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Looking to throw, it's Horvath. Coming after him. And this is going to be incomplete on third. Navy will have to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Just a short pass to the tight end. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too. He'll try to pop the draw. And he could not get loose on the run. They've got it at the 41. Third and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. And the Falcons decide to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. On the return, it's Hodges. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Chapman. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now. Looking to pass. It's Horvath. Fires one high and deep. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Navy! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the finisher coming courtesy of that touchdown toss from 45 yards out. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Comes out throwing on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. After that last completion, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Finds the tight end. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The Falcons come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Looking for a man. It's Busha. Fires to the wideout. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Latham. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. From the 30-yard line on first down. Receiver going for the edge on the jet sweep. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Finds a soft spot in the middle. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. It's third down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. And they can't complete the bullet pass on third down. It's fourth down, and they'll try the field goal. He's going to have to get into this one a little bit from 47 yards away. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Navy will go back on the attack. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixed.
Can anyone catch him? And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
This offense capable of exploding at any moment. Now they're set up inside the 30 with a 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Horvat. Quick strike complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Got it! He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, midshipman.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped him. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Air Force. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
On to attempt the try. And they tack on the extra point to cut the lead to 21-17. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. Georgia is currently up big at this moment, so much so they're on the verge of giving UGA the rest of the day off. They're up by 18 over Auburn. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. The passing game for both sides has been outstanding. On point, unrelenting. They've excelled in the short game, the intermediate game, and especially on the deep ball. All in all, a thrilling display of offensive firepower, and these defenses have a lot to discuss here at halftime. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
And the Falcons will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes the Navy offense. Trying to find his man on first down. Finds his tight end. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Get it out on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed. Navy will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Makes a move. He'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. They took it down the field for a touchdown the last time they had it, and now an opportunity. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's second down. Back to throw, it's Busha. Out of the backfield, he's open. Tackled immediately after the catch. Here they come, facing third and long from the 40. Looking to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be fourth down. The Falcons will line up to punt it away. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Throws to the wideout. He's got it.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So we got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around to make it an easy pass and catch.
Picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2. His quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the big play.
Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Looking downfield, it's Busha. Firing to the right, complete. Tripped up for the tackle.
Good news for this offense is it hasn't taken them a long time to get into a rhythm in the passing game. That's already his 100th completion on the season. He'll put up some big numbers this year if they keep up at this pace.
At the 40, there he goes. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. He wants to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Harris. I think he wanted to take a shot there, and he took a shot all right and dumped the ball off to the running back.
There's no doubt, Reese, and he took a shot, but I think he did the right thing. I want to push the ball down the field. I want to make big plays, but when it's not there, be smart. Don't put the ball in harm's way.
Ball's at the 26. It's 3rd and short, and they'd love to pick up the first down and avoid settling for the field goal. Complete to the left. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal. And the Falcons are marching down the field. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Got it back on 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Falcons! And that one will give them the lead. Up and over, Yamo be there into the end zone.
And you don't want to leave your feet very often in football, but this is one of those areas where you do. In the end zone, near the goal line, you smell it. A lot of bodies in front of you. Just get up, get over top of them, get that touchdown.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So that's a 60-yard touchdown drive. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Navy will go back on the attack. Back to throw, it's Horvat. Quickly complete. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on 1st down, setting up an easier 2nd down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain. It makes life really easy on me on 2nd down.
To the air on 1st down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Navy quick to the line. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Kent. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. He looks that one in nicely. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
You know, as a receiver, it's so critical and important to know where the sticks are. He was able to modify his route so he knew as soon as he...
Oh, look out! He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Looking to throw, it's Horvat. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. So they've gotten it right on the doorstep. Couldn't get it in via the air last time. Here's 3rd down. The give to the fullback. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Instead of opting for the chip shot field goal attempt and tying the game, these guys want to... They've got him! Big stop in the backfield, and what a stand by this defense to keep points off the board.
And that's the world we live in. You want to be aggressive, you want to get touchdowns, you don't want to kick field goals. Analytics says this, but now you get no points. And defense bows up in a big part of the field, gets the big sack on 4th down and goal.
Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking.
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Touchdown, Navy! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. What a play by this defense with a pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Georgia is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that's been sicking them since the opening kickoff. They're up by 25 over Auburn. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Making a play like that to open the drive can really get the momentum going. First down from the 43. Motion from the offense. Using the quick game. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. Off the RPO, complete. And that play just never got started as he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Looking to throw, it's Busha. And they got him for the sack. At the end of the quarter, Navy has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. Feeling some heat. And the third down pass is incomplete. The Falcons will bring the punt team onto the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And here comes the Navy offense. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
You know, one of the tricky parts with play action for a quarterback is that when you turn your back to the defense to sell the play fake, you have no idea what's going on behind you. You don't know what the coverage has become, and you don't know which D linemen have won their one-on-ones. The worst thing is you turn around after the play fake, and bam! That defender's right in front.
This play will be a big indication of whether this drive goes anywhere on 2nd and long from the 11. Makes the grab. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
And with that pass right there, over 300 yards. That's a good day at the office. Being able to execute, doing a good job seeing what's coming, anticipating, taking some shots today, but this whole really strong, put up some good numbers.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
Dropping back, it's Horvat. Fires to the wideout. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but it's only by one possession, so you got to be so careful with your decision-making, and that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in this sudden change situation.
Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown in their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there. Looking to move it through the air. Got his man quickly. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. And the Falcons have it with a 1st and 10. Hands it off. Pickup of 1. It's down at the 11. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give to the back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Gets it out quickly. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Back to pass, it's Horvat. He's moving out of the pocket. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Navy quick to the line. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hutchinson. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
Takes the easy completion. And he has run out of bounds as they go backwards there and just avoided the contact. So now they're staring at a 2nd and long from their 20. Got his man in the middle. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the 1st down. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Looking to the big tight end. He's got an open man. And no, he loses the ball after the huge gain. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Man, I can't do that here, right? I got the football, I got the lead, the clock is my friend, and now I cough it up. Offense, have to understand the situation, have to understand I got to get to the ground. I can make sure I don't fight for extra yards, I make sure I don't fumble, costly fumble.
Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
Defensive backs have tough jobs. I mean, you think about whether you play nickel, whether you play dime, whatever it is, you put more DBs on the field. It's more speed. It's more guys that can cover, but they also got to cover that ground. But to cover the ground and make the pick, a lot of times you don't see that. Superb effort by that guy.
And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. This time they need to take care of the ball and maybe extend this lead, David.
And I think you got to look at the positive reason. You still got the lead. Now take care of the football. Put a nice drive together, Jesse. You don't have to stress. We're still winning.
I feel like they think that player for player, they're the better unit on the field right now. They just got to make more plays.
He's going to run it. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
He'll take the deep shot. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. Navy will have to punt it away. Running it back, it's Harris. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Homer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around.
Second down.
To the air, it's Busha. He's got his man. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. The Falcons come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. 3rd down and 1, and this is why they call it a gut check. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. It's 4th down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. They'll power it inside with the fullback. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. Zings it complete to the right. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. Inside the 30 at the 29, it's a first down. He's looking to throw it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. gets it out fast. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Got some room to run. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity.
And that is a backbreaker. It's 4th down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play, but the defense came up big in a big moment.
And Navy will go back on the attack. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody be like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming.
Number 90, on to kick it away.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th.
2nd down.
Got to get lined up to spike it and stop the clock. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Pocket starts to collapse. And the pass is incomplete, and the ball game is over, and this will be a game of what might have been. They say every game counts the same in the standings, and that is true, but there are some games that no matter what the coaches say, they just mean a little more, and they hurt a little more if you lose.
They do, and that's a fact, and every player will tell you that. There are some games that are highlighted before the season that this game matters more, and it's not that the other ones don't matter. It's just that the hate runs so deep for some of these rivalries and some of these kids that grew up across the street from each other that went to different schools, Jesse. You can feel it.
David, you're absolutely right. And I wonder, because it was a rivalry game, did the losing team get a little overhyped? It just looked like they were pressing too much in this football game. They made too many uncharacteristic mistakes, and as a result, they take the L.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.